by the right of the council, by the will of the Force, welcome back into another episode of the Galaxy Famous Jedi Talk Podcast. This is our top 10 edition this week. Happy Wednesday. I think it's like July, I don't know, middle of July. That's where we're at on this Wednesday.
11, 12,
Sure.
somewhere in there.
I'll take that.
One of those days.
You were listening to our top 10 show. I hope your week is going well. Ours is going great. Yours is going well, too, I should say, because you're listening to Jedi Talk. I am Tom Oakley. Thank you for joining us today. The two-thirds of the council is here. Brad is in Batu doing a top-secret mission for Doc Ondar. He'll tell us all about that when he gets back next week. But joining me, as always, is the Mantha from another Bantha, Evan T. Boucher. Evan, how the fuck are you today?
Hello there. I am great today. Austin's in town. I mean,
Hey!
kind of. You know, he's here.
Is Austin coming on the VIP tour with us?
Yes, he
Awesome.
is. He is
That'll be the
coming.
first time I get to meet him.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. He's going to be doing a show with us, too, next week.
Sweet.
Hanging out. He's the genius with all these creative ideas. So, like, you and him, you're the super creative ones. And Brad's in there, too. I'm not as much, but you guys, we can bounce off ideas. And he's got a lot of cool ideas to help us get back on that video track. Because back before you were down here, we were trying to do that live stream.
Right,
I don't know if you remember that
I
Jedi
do.
Night Live.
Yeah.
That was all Austin's doing. He was
Okay.
our producer. He came up with the idea. He
Okay.
was 1,500 miles away on his
Damn.
laptop, like putting it all together.
Wow.
While we were here sitting on my couch and these couches doing that.
We need to like install a
So-
T1 line somehow, but that's probably a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like the thing that the real radio stations use.
Yeah, but he's going to be here helping us with that next week, so I'm excited for
Very
that.
cool. So, top 10 least favorite characters. How hard was this to, breaking the fourth wall again, but how hard was it for you to write this in like the 10 minutes you wrote it?
Well, top 10 favorite alien creatures.
Did I say
alien
least favorite?
characters.
Did
Yeah,
I
that
say
was-
good
That
lord.
was last week.
Yeah, that was
It
last week.
happens, it happens.
This was a weird week, guys.
We get fried sometimes. It's
So,
okay.
this top 10, is our top 10 favorite non-human characters.
That last one was hard, too.
Human
but-
characters. Yes,
Yeah,
that
this
hard.
one was hard, and I had to get help with like one or two. But since then, I've come up with like 3 that I should have said. So it's like I might have 1 or 2 honorable mentions
Fair.
I can throw out there.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one was, at first, like, I knew my number one right away. Right away.
I bounced around my top 3 a few times. But yeah, I think I stuck with my gut for my number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it might be the same as yours. So I can't wait to see that.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, it might be.
Yeah, it might be.
Might be.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
Hmm.
I feel like you're number one. Well, there's going to be a little crossover here. So
Definitely crossover.
Yeah.
Because in Star Wars, the aliens are all mostly background characters.
Correct.
For the most part.
For the most part.
Aside from like these 10. Like that's really it. There's only maybe 20 quote
It's true.
main characters. And even like 4 on my list, maybe 5 I wouldn't even call main characters. So yeah, there's not many alien main
Yeah.
characters.
I know you have an honorable mention. I'll steal an honorable
Yes.
mention, actually. Courtney, who's your favorite non-human Star Wars character? Like
We're
an
not
alien?
counting droids either.
Grogu? There we go. He's my honorable mention, Grogu.
Whoa, honorable mention.
Yeah,
nice.
Grogu's my
That's
honorable
a
mention.
crossover, but he's on my list.
I mean, okay. I
Yeah.
mean, I'll wait since he's on your list to get to talking about
Yeah,
him a
we
little bit
talk
more.
about
But
him then. Yeah.
who's your honorable mention?
Well, even though he disrespects everything I stand for, Sandro is a perfect honorable mention.
Very
He
good.
really is. And I have to say it because he would be on Brad's list, but I think Snoke, does he count?
He absolutely counts.
Okay,
yeah.
because he's a clone of
Yeah.
a human, kind of. We still don't really know. So for now, I'm going to put him in this category. Until we get a definitive human, alien, whatever, I'm putting him in
That's
this
fair.
category.
That's fair. I mean, he's definitely not human.
Yeah, because he's like, what, like 8 feet tall or
He's
something?
huge, yeah.
like 7, 8 feet tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's not a human. But yep, because he would definitely be on Brad's list.
How freaking crazy would it have been if he was as big as we like
hologram?
was in that hologram?
Oh
like
my gosh.
I thought he was at first. I was like, holy
We all did at
crap.
first, yeah. But then when the hologram breaks up, you're like,
Yeah,
all
right.
right, well,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
he's not. Yeah.
Anyway, okay. Why don't you start with your number 10?
Number 10, I hate to say it, I feel like a terrible fan, but I had to have help from you for this one, is the man himself, Lieutenant Beck.
That's okay.
Yeah, I somehow
There's a lot of
bypassed
characters
him.
in Star Wars.
That's true. I mean,
Lieutenant Beck here.
if Taika Waititi can forget about Padme, I can
Ugh.
forget about Lieutenant Beck.
God, Taika.
I had to say it. I love you, Taika, but can't defend you.
Ugh.
Sorry.
That's a Price is Right fail for Taika.
It is.
God, Taika Waititi.
But man, I love
Fuck.
Lieutenant Beck. Voiced by James Arnold Taylor, who voices Obi-Wan in the Clone Wars. So, very talented voice actor. But once I heard that fact, I couldn't unhear it. I'm like, oh yeah, I definitely hear James's voice in that.
Oh my God, yeah, now I do.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Yeah, but I love that. That's you can almost if you're like above 6'3", you could probably reach out and touch back. Like if your arms are a little long.
Oh, on
he's
Rise.
super close. I wouldn't, but
Oh, we were on Rise just a couple of days ago, and really weird. Like, they only let maybe about 12 people into the TTS,
whoa.
and they were like transitioning people like that because when we got to the
The-
cruiser, Star Cruiser, no, not the Star Cruiser,
The finalizer.
the finalizer. Christ,
Right.
long week, people. I
The Star
might be
Destroyer.
having a stroke. You dial 9-1, and when I collapse, hit the other one.
Maybe.
When we get on there and the troopers are there.
Yeah. Was there just like a group of people waiting?
A little bit of a backup, yeah.
Okay.
And it's the first time I'd seen that in a long time over there.
Yeah.
So they were just slowly rotating people through.
That's cool though, because that shuttle is fun to be with.
That was a
minimal
lot
people.
of fun.
Yeah.
Courtney had to tell me to step to the side because I was like right in front of the back window looking out.
Screw that. Stand where you want to stand.
No. There
No,
could be
no.
people there on the first time.
Oh, they should have stood in front of Beck. I don't know what to
Yeah.
tell you. I did my first day.
You stood around. Well,
Yeah.
you're probably packed to the brim there.
It actually wasn't that full back then. But it could have
good.
been one of those times where it was backed up, so they were, like you're saying, where they were loading the ITS.
Is that when they were
less.
like doing like boarding groups to
That
get
was
into
boarding
Batu?
groups. No. That
Okay,
only
just boarding
lasted
groups
like
on Rise.
one day. Like that wasn't it. It lasted more in Disneyland, the
Got
boarding
it.
groups for Batu.
Got it.
But
Okay.
yeah.
Get off on a tangent. We could talk about Rise forever.
Yeah.
We're going to do that at least once. For the first time, Jedi Talk Altogether is going to be doing Rise of the Resistance on
Yeah.
our VIP tour.
Throw Austin in there too. Austin will be
There you
there.
go.
We'll have
There you go.
2 cars all to ourselves.
Oh, will we? Well, I mean, we'll have
Well,
eight.
there's 10 people, and one car
10?
seats
No,
8.
8.
Well, like there's 10 people in our group.
No, there's only 8.
Oh, there's only 8?
Yeah.
Okay, well, so we'll get one car.
Yeah.
One full car.
Yeah.
Nice.
That'd be better instead of having 2. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be.
Hell yeah. Wow, this is the first time I'm going to Disney World with a party that big.
Yeah, me too.
Does the tour guide ride?
Sometimes I've seen them on rides, so I don't know if
So
they'll
have
do
I.
Rise. But
If I was a
they
tour
do
guide, I would
most.
always ride
Me too.
rides.
That's what
Good
makes me be
Lord.
like, man, I wish I could do
Yeah.
that one day.
My number 10, before we get off track, is Bendu. I absolutely love
nice.
Bendu.
Yeah.
If you're not familiar with Rebels, Bendu is a force-sensitive, like, space gorilla is like the best way I could put
Yeah.
it. But he's huge. He's like King
part
Kong
rocks,
size.
too.
Yeah.
Like, he's weird.
And he's like, he can feel the force. He's force sensitive, but he turns into Kanan's, and I believe it's season 3 and 4. This is after Kanan goes blind. He teaches him how to operate while blind, how to
Yeah.
see the force. Is like an extension of who Kanan's master was.
Yeah.
Kanan never got his training completed.
He never becomes a Jedi Knight, does he?
Technically, no.
Wow.
He does it on his own because we saw his master get killed in Bad Batch,
Yeah.
and then he runs off on his own.
He
then
definitely-
Bendu kind of completes his training.
Yeah, and Kanan definitely passed enough trials.
Oh, Kanan's a
he
Jedi
went through the trial of the
master
flesh
in
by
my
going
eyes.
blind.
Yes.
Like, come on. Like, he definitely passed the trials.
He's a mastermind. He's a Jedi
Yeah.
master because he taught Ezra,
Yeah.
and he sacrificed himself for the greater good.
Yep.
Yeah. Kanan's definitely a Jedi. So Bendu's a really cool character because he's kind of like a tough, no nonsense character too. It's like he doesn't
is.
just like console Kanan. He's like, no, you're gonna deal with these huge tarantula
Yeah.
spiders, and you're gonna figure out a way how to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're gonna do it blind, by the way. See ya.
Yep. He doesn't really take any crap, you know. And I love the way he speaks to Kanan too.
Yeah.
And he's one of those like weird Star Wars animated things that would work in live action.
Yeah.
There's some things that wouldn't, but I think that would definitely translate to live action well.
Yeah.
I don't really. I need to go back and watch Rebels again. I've only seen it once, but I don't know how I feel about him turning into a cloud storm thing. I don't know how. So I don't know if
Oh.
you like that and what you feel about that.
I was okay with it.
I need to watch it again.
I
to
mean,
be
it was
like,
it was
all right.
kind of aligned with his character.
It was
like,
definitely his
it was-
character.
so-
yeah, but that's how Thrawn is defeated. That and the Purgles. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, I like his character though. Good call. Good call.
Yeah. What's your number 9?
Another Mon Cala, but not the one you're probably thinking. I'm thinking of Radis from Rogue One.
Oh yeah.
Yep, he passes away during Rogue One, but he gets a ship named after him.
Everybody passed away during Rogue One.
Yeah, facts. But he gets a ship named after him later in the Rebellion. It's in the Battle of Yavin and the Battle of Endor.
That's right. He
like-
sure does.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Radis has left a huge lasting impact upon the Rebellion.
Very good.
He was a great design, man. Like, he's not Akbar, but he throws you back to Akbar, just like Beck, where it's like he is inspired by Akbar, but you can
Yeah.
tell they're separate characters and
Yeah.
separate things.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just like a great stereotypical Mon Calamari
Mhm.
creature, and he commands that ship really well.
That he
really
does.
well.
That he does. My number 9 is Maz Kanata.
Ooh, should have had her.
Maz is what, like 1,000 years old.
Yeah.
And
Something
she's
like
just
that.
a really cool character because just like Bendu, she's seen some shit and she's not taking shit from anybody. Maz is just very much, she's not force sensitive, but she's very aware of it. She could see through people. She somehow got Anakin's lightsaber. I still would like to know how.
Oh, it's not as cool as you think.
Have they officially come out and said?
Yeah, it was in a comic. Some
It
junkers,
was?
some junkers found it on Bespin, and then they just sold it to Maz.
That's dumb.
Yeah, nothing crazy.
I mean, some junkers found it and sold it to Maz.
Yeah.
Whatever. She's still a cool character
She is.
because she gives the saber to Rey. She plays a pivotal part in the sequel trilogy as well.
Yeah, I wish she was more involved after Force Awakens.
Yeah, I mean,
She's really good in Resistance Reborn, the book I'm not a huge fan of.
Oh, really?
But she's good in that.
okay,
Yeah.
that's good. No, we're seeing Babu Frick in Mandalorian season 3.
Correct.
I was thinking Maz was going to be
I
in
would
this.
love to get some more Maz.
Yeah, me too.
Maybe in the Lando series we'll get some Maz.
Maybe. I mean,
That'd be
you
cool.
could put her in any Star Wars media because she's
She
still
fits.
alive. She's
yeah,
1,000
she
years
fits
old. Yeah.
everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
All
call.
right, what's your number 8?
Taking a brief break here from Mon Calamari. Mon
Mari.
Calamari.
Yeah.
Someone you'll probably approve of is Chieftain Tarful.
Yes.
Very cool dude.
I
Very
love
cool
Tarful.
dude. Yeah. He's mostly prevalent in Fallen Order.
Yeah.
Is that the only thing he's in?
No, he's in Revenge of the Sith for a hot
Dumb,
minute.
dumb.
Yeah.
That was dumb. Yeah, he was introduced in Revenge of the Sith, but he's
Yeah.
more prevalent.
Yoda says his name. Like,
Yeah.
Tarful,
Tarful.
Chewbacca.
I shall miss you, Tarful and Chewbacca. Yeah, but he's more prevalent in Fallen Order.
He
But-
is. Yeah, you could talk to him and you see him a lot more. Yeah.
Yeah, he like guides you through to find what is it like the life tree?
Yes,
like the
where you
Kashyyyk.
battle the ninth sister.
Yeah, he guides you to
Yeah.
find the life tree. What's it? Do you know the name of that giant bird? Because I love that giant
No.
bird. Dang, that's cool though.
I should, but yeah, there's a
did
lot
know
of
it,
stuff in
but
that
I've
game
forgotten.
that's wild.
That's one of the. I don't know. That game has so many good parts, but I love that whole sequence on Kashyyyk.
Yep.
Between the Ninth Sister and Tarful and
Me too.
the climbing the AT-AT in the swamp.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's awesome.
That's so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Tarful, because he's like leading the Kashyyyk
Wookiee resistance,
the
yeah.
Wookiee rebellion there. Like, yeah, he's that sector of the rebellion. Is him.
Mhm.
It's really cool.
Yes, sir. My number 8 is Wani from the Halcyon.
Ooh,
That's-
should have been on my
That's
list.
the Rhodian that made my list, and a little just kind of timing as to why I like Wani. She was like the first space character, or the first like face character like that I saw in the Halcyon.
Yeah, she's
Like
the first one they
like the first one that
released.
came out. I'm like, oh, there's a Rhodian walking around.
Yeah.
Like holy crap! And then
Yep.
took a selfie, and then she was like a DJ too.
Yeah.
DJ for Gaia. So
I didn't know if she was going to speak Basic or Huttese either. But then, like,
she was speaking Huttese. The
yeah,
whole
she
time, right?
speaks Huttese the whole time. So
Yeah.
you go, and her mouth articulates, her eyes
It
articulate.
does. That's a
Yeah.
really cool effect for
Yep.
her. I mean, it's probably as close as you're ever going to get to feeling like it's a real,
Yeah.
like alien.
Yeah, that's something that like should have been on Batu, but like I understand why it's not consistently because the heat. But like you could do it once in the evening or something for an hour or two, just have him walking around, something.
Walking through Ogas. I mean, I know Ogas is tight,
Do
but
him in Ogas in the
she
air
can-
conditioning.
yeah, exactly.
that's all you got to do, man. Man, so many missed opportunities with Batu that are brought to us on the Halcyon.
that's all right. We have the Halcyon.
Wani's great,
Disneyland
though.
doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Number
great.
7. What's your number 7?
Number 7, backtracking it, the last Mon Calamari is Admiral Akbar.
It's a trap.
Gotta have him on my
Yeah,
list.
I kept going back and forth about putting him on my list, and I just there were others that deserved it, but he totally
Yeah.
should be on there. So
Yeah.
I get it.
He's really good in not Crash of Fate. Shoot, the other one. Lost Stars. He's
Okay.
really good in Lost Stars, and we didn't touch on that in Andor, but I could see a lot of crossover between the book Lost Stars and Andor. 'Cause it's a lot at the same time period early on-ish, maybe. I don't
Okay.
know. It's gonna be close, but yeah, like he's good in Lost Stars. You get a lot of like insight into his mind and how he's thinking. Because
Yeah.
like in the movies, he's just the guy that goes, "It's a trap."
Yeah.
That's basically it. But like in the book, you get more of him and his leadership style and like how he's kind of like
Right.
the Mon Calamari cruisers, the ships are actual like buildings from
Absolutely.
Mon Calamari. And
Yeah.
he's like, I'm sacrificing my planet's buildings and people for this cause,
Yep.
and like, should I keep doing this? But he's one of them. He's like Chieftain Tarful from Kashyyyk.
Mhm.
He's the Mon Cala version, where
Pretty much.
he's that sector of the rebellion
Yeah.
from Mon Cala.
From that Mon Cala,
So,
yeah.
it's cool. Like these are all like the Leias of their people.
Mhm.
You know, like he's the Leia of Mon Cala, and Chieftain Tarful is the Leia of Kashyyyk. Like that's what's cool about these guys.
May he rest in peace
Yes,
with the Force.
he lasted all the way till like he's still canon. As of what time is it?
It is 7:27 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes,
Evan?
Yeah, they still canon Last Jedi, which I love. Obviously, I love him. He's on my list here, but I never was upset and pissed off when it's like he dies in Last Jedi. Do you remember when people were like, he deserved a better death? And it's like, what? What does that even mean?
Akbar?
Yeah.
Didn't he die in Return of the Jedi?
No, he dies in Last Jedi.
That's Akbar?
Yeah. He's on the bridge and he just gets flushed out into space when Leia does. But Leia survives and Akbar dies.
Why did I think... God, I feel like a terrible Star Wars fan. I thought
I don't
Akbar
think he's
dies in
in-
Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, I don't think he's in Force Awakens. He just pops back up in Last Jedi on the bridge. And yeah, he just
Okay,
goes
then.
out. And people were like, oh, he deserved better. And I'm like, what?
Did
Come
he,
on,
though?
guys.
I mean,
Like,
he was like
come on.
one line.
And that's
Yeah,
how-
I know it's a famous line, but...
right, but like, and that's war. Like, his bridge got shot and he died.
Mhm.
What do you want?
I get it. All right, my number... What are we on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
that was
6,
my
7.
7.
Okay, my number 7, Marcion Rowe.
Ooh. So he's not human.
He's not.
Oh, I didn't know
I
that.
looked it up specifically.
Dang it. He would have been on my
The
list.
first
Dang
one
it,
I
I'm a
looked
bad
for,
fan.
and it was
Man.
I can't remember. It was started with an E, but
Okay.
he's not human.
Okay. Yeah, he's
Um,
definitely not worthy of this list.
Look, this is
Yeah.
this is probably my favorite character from the novels, and I've read a few.
Yeah.
But Marcion Rowe is such a badass villain. He said, "Not a
Yep.
nice, fresh take on a villain for Star Wars."
Yeah.
Because you don't want to do the Sith again.
No.
You don't want to do like separatist armies and like First Order Imperials and stuff. Like this is like pirates, marauders,
Viking,
like
like,
Viking.
yeah.
Like this is cool. This is really cool. Like
Yeah.
the Eye of the Nile, that old woman who he's like getting the hyperspace lanes from. It's
a descendant of the Santecas.
That's right.
Yeah, torturing her. Like she's shriveled away to like a raisin, and he's like sucking all the life out of
Yeah.
her just to get these coordinates. Like,
we got a live action Santeca in Force Awakens.
yeah, I would love a live action Marcion Rowe
Mm.
one day. We've talked about who I wanted to be, but I don't care who it is as long as we get it. But I think Christian Bale would be good. Well,
I mean,
don't
I
care
wouldn't
who
hate
is.
it.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate it, but like, I don't care.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Christian Bale's probably the only good thing about Thor 4.
Yeah, I've heard he really steals the show. I'm
Oh,
gonna
does
see
he
it next
really?
week. Yeah, I've heard he
Okay.
steals it. He's not in it much though, sadly. But maybe that's one of those things where the villain isn't in it much, and that's good. Like you.
Oh,
want-
yeah.
You're,
Yeah.
use him like Vader, like sparingly.
That's true.
Drop him in.
Or the T-Rex from Jurassic Park, sparingly.
Yeah, and Jaws too. Like all the greats are like they're only in it for like
Yeah.
5 minutes, even though it feels like it's 40 minutes.
Exactly. We are flying through this top 10 because we only got two people tonight, so we're flying through this top 10. What's your number 6, Evan?
Number 6 is the Ithorian himself that we see almost every day, or at least me, is Doc Ondar.
Ah, Doc.
Love that guy.
Not on
Love
my
the
list,
guy.
but
he's
awesome.
good in Force Collector. That's like the most information we get out about him, and some in the comics too, the Galaxy's Edge comics. But he's really good in Force Collector. He's almost like a pseudo mentor for the main character of Force Collector for like the 2-ish chapters Doc is in it. He teaches the main character Car a brief little
Okay.
lesson.
You do have some interaction with him when you do your missions on the Halcyon.
Yeah, I love that.
Brad has, Pike Rendessa's
Yes,
character
yes,
has some backstory with Doc.
Yeah.
Go back and listen to those episodes.
Yeah, that's really cool that Brad wrote that in. Like
Yeah.
my backstory was like, oh, I visited Batuu and like worked in the milk stand once. Like, all right,
I
like,
keep-
not as cool as Brad's.
I keep meaning to update my story. And
I've updated mine a couple times.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to tweak a few things from my first, but I'm going to write out the like mine and Brad's story on the Halcyon, like what we did.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm going to put it down on like paper
Yeah,
from like start to finish and kind of write it as like a novelization.
that would be cool.
So what that will do is give me like an opportunity to expand on the story if I feel like it,
yeah,
just for like a creative outlet.
yeah. Or if you feel like it's good enough, you can go forward and do a new one next time.
There you go.
Like I think, I mean, I'm gonna probably do the Halcyon over the course of my life. I'm not talking here.
Oh,
soon.
yeah,
I'm gonna
exactly.
I'm probably gonna do it like 5 times over the course of my life. So I know the next time I'm doing it, I'm doing the same story, same character.
Mhm.
But the 3rd, 4th, 5th, those times I will do different stuff.
Yeah, I definitely want to take Courtney, so that's would be twice for me.
Yeah, I got to go with you guys.
I
you
want
and
yes,
Brad,
us.
for sure.
So there's third. I want to
Yeah.
take my niece if she's into Star Wars
I'd
when
love to
she's
go with
older.
Austin.
Yeah, and then Kyle. I would love to go with Kyle.
Yeah, we could just tie that in.
yes,
us.
yeah,
Me,
absolutely.
You, Brad, Kyle,
And Kyle, yeah.
yeah.
If we
He
go
could-
like couples, we can get one of those big ass staterooms.
Kyle can just sleep in the tub. You know,
Oh!
he'll be fine.
He don't need no bed. He's a short motherfucker.
And then I'll just take the pull out because I'm the second shortest, so it's fine.
You said you didn't pull out?
Hey, nope. Just like Han didn't on the Halcyon.
He sure did.
And neither did Anakin.
Evan, shut the fuck up.
Who was that?
Harrison Ford's back.
You clipped our interview with Harrison Ford.
I did.
Nice.
Evan, shut the fuck up.
It's the only
Go
thing
back.
that I was able to clip. Yeah.
That's great. But go back and listen to our exclusive interview with Harrison Ford last
Harrison
week.
Ford likes hookers.
Yeah.
Peruvian ones and Asian
And
ones.
cocaine, too. Did you get the cocaine?
Did you get the cocaine?
Yeah.
My
How did we get on that from Doc Ondar?
I don't
I'm
know.
sure Doc Ondar has got some space cocaine.
Oh,
some
oh,
spice.
he's definitely got some
Yeah,
space
he's got
spice
some
back
spice
there.
back
He's got some like fentanyl-like stuff
Yeah.
back there.
Yeah, he's got a good like connection with Oga too. They have a good relationship, and sometimes in the data pad on the two, he pops up in conversations. So it's like the data pad on the Halcyon. So that's really cool. The more I do that, the more I really love that. They have random.
I have to do
obscure
more of
characters.
those. Yeah,
Yeah.
I really do because I love the Toydarian one that we did for the
I'm
Halcyon.
jealous. I didn't get to
Oh,
see that.
it was really cool.
Yeah, it
It's
sounded
really
like
cool.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My number 6.
That
Sorry.
cocaine's getting to you.
I love that cocaine. I'm tied between two. Like I think, I know who my 5 is. So my 6 is Hera Syndulla.
Nice.
Very big fan of her. She's like a pseudo. I mean, she's the backbone of the Ghost Crew
That's not a
on
question,
Rebels.
yeah.
She is
Yep.
because
She's the mom of the ship.
exactly. But she's. I look at it like this. Yeah, she's a mom to Ezra. Kanan's more of a father figure to Ezra than anything.
Yeah.
Because Ezra's got a sad backstory about his parents,
Yeah.
especially that shit with Palpatine. I know the War Between Worlds people don't like that much, but like how he reaches out to his parents, Palpatine's telling him to go.
Yeah.
And then Ezra has to just like, nope, this isn't real. It's like some
Exactly.
deep shit. But yeah, Hera is a mother figure, and then she's a love interest of Kanan, and you feel her hurt just as much when Kanan
Oh, yeah.
sacrifices himself and dies.
Yeah, you get it from all of them, but especially Ezra and especially
Mhm.
Hera. Big time.
Absolutely, good stuff. Good character.
Definitely.
I'm
Finally coming to live action.
Andor,
Is it Andor?
I think.
I thought it was Ahsoka.
Oh, is it Ahsoka?
Yeah. Hey, she could pop up in
She-
Andor,
yeah,
though.
'cause-
Like, she could.
The reason I said Andor is because when I heard Andor and I was thinking about the timeline, I thought, okay, who can we see? I'm like, Mon Mothma,
Yeah.
Andor, and I'm like, oh, we could see Hera.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about that last
Yeah.
episode. We could definitely see the Ghost and the Ghost Crew. The
We
Ghost
sure
is in
could.
Rogue One.
It is.
That was one of the first times in Star Wars where it was like, oh, they could commit. Like, they're actually doing
Yep.
random stuff. Like, they can commit to that. And that was I think that was them, like, testing. Like, let's see how fans react to having this random ship from a cartoon in the background of a shot.
Yeah. Was that the same? That was the same shot with C-3PO and R2-D2. Was it that planet? Was it?
Yeah, it was on Yavin.
Yeah, Yavin. Yeah.
Same time of the movie, same area of the movie. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was cool.
Love it. What's your number 5?
Number 5, mainly because of what he's done recently, but Grogu, because his like choice, because he made this choice. He's not just some little cute pet or cute little baby anymore. He's making
He's 50 years old. Shit.
he's making like life-changing choices, galaxy-changing choices even. Like,
Yes, he is.
in the Mandalorian season 1, like, not really a character. Like, he's cute. We all love him, but like, he's not a character. I don't think.
He was the drive in
Yeah,
Mandalorian
he's
season
more of
1.
like
He was
the-
like what got people to watch, and then you got invested.
Yeah, and
in
he was
the
more of the
story more.
MacGuffin too. Like, he's
Yeah.
not really a character. He's a MacGuffin. But in like Book of Boba Fett, when he chooses to leave Luke, that's when he becomes like a character. He does choose to leave Din to go with Luke.
Correct.
At the end of Mando. So the end of season 2 of Mando, it's like, okay, this is a actual character now. He's making choices. He's affecting the story. So like, because of these choices that are changing his life and Mando's life and Luke's life, maybe even the galaxy at large, that makes him a character. To
What
me.
if like Grogu went to go reach for the lightsaber? Yeah, this is an easy decision, and then he had like a Force revelation. He saw the future and saw Ben Solo
Oh, he's
killing
like,
everybody,
nope,
and like,
nope, I'm good.
I'm gonna take the chainmail.
That would have been cool.
See ya.
What if they do like novelizations for the TV shows too now, and that's in it? Like Grogu
Yeah.
goes to do it, but sees a vision and says no.
That would be cool.
Yeah, that could be in that.
That would
kind
be
of
cool.
novelization.
Yeah, and the thing I love about Grogu too is just he adds to the mystery of Yoda's species, right?
Yeah.
And it's just he's such an interesting character because he survived 66, and he makes sense for surviving Order 66. He's like 2
Yeah.
feet tall,
Yeah,
like if that.
he
And-
could just go hide in a closet.
Exactly.
No one would know.
Exactly, and he was obviously hid, probably from the Jedi Council potentially, because we never heard anything about him before that.
Whoa.
Maybe
What if
Yoda did
Reva
well.
saves him?
She could,
That would be cool.
as she leaves Coruscant. Maybe
Yeah.
she takes
She's
him.
like, yo, Anakin killed all my friends except you, Grogu. Like, I'm going to hide you over here.
potential.
That would be cool.
Absolutely is.
That would connect those two shows, too.
That would be very, very cool.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
My number 5, and I'm sure this one's on your list, but Darth Maul.
Ooh, he's not. He should be.
Wow, I'm
Yeah.
surprised you didn't
Yeah,
put Darth Maul
Zabrak,
on here.
I should have put it, yeah. He should
Wow,
be.
I'm really surprised you didn't. I mean, he was like one of the first ones that popped in my head. I mean, I've said it enough about Darth Maul already. He's just so freaking good.
Yeah.
Um,
He definitely should be on my list. My list is flawed because he's a top 10 character of Star Wars.
right.
Like maybe
It's-
top 5 character.
especially when you talk about like dark side users and villains.
Yeah.
And his arc, I love it too because he's still very, very evil, but you feel for him.
Yeah.
I mean, he got it. His mother was killed right in front of his eyes. Brother too.
Yeah.
He got
By Palpatine,
by
somebody he
Palpatine.
was like worshiping.
Somebody was trusting.
Yeah.
He that was training him, and he's jaded by Palps because he left him to die, and he took Anakin. Or he's going to take Anakin as his Padawan. So
Yeah. Well, until Palpatine does that to Savage, Maul's mission is like to get back in the good graces with Palpatine, become his apprentice again. But after that really sets him on a new path.
he's got one of the most satisfying stories in Star Wars from start to finish.
Yeah.
Darth Maul does.
Really, out of all the villains, I almost wish, out of all of them, I think I would pick him. I would want to win first. I think if he wins, I like what happens more than anybody else winning. 'Cause
Okay.
I love all the villains, and I want all of them to win. Like, I wish Kylo won and whatnot, but, like, I think if Maul won, it would have been the best, and the best
Yeah.
story out of all the villains.
And now I understand why Obi-Wan killed him in Rebels. I get that. That's like comes full circle.
Yeah.
And that's how he should have died. But there's a part of me that kind of wishes Ahsoka took him out because they
Yeah.
had such a feud.
Yeah.
Especially in that banging season 7 of Clone Wars.
And if that happened, they almost could have made that been like, and this could have been done before Episode 9, where, like, this could have been a hint at a Force dyad.
Yes.
You know, because they're very dyadic, in my opinion.
Yes.
And then, like, you wouldn't have the line of Palpatine saying unseen for generations. He could just say it's another Force dyad or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah, like,
Tired and
that would have been a cool hint. Like how we got Grogu hinting at Force healing for Episode 9. That would have been really cool.
It's just also, and we'll get on to your 4 in a second. I'd just like to see more with Maul and Crimson Dawn.
Yeah.
Like, let's give us a little bit backstory there.
I also want to know how the heck does Kira unseat him?
Yeah, yeah. How
Like,
does she take
he's
over?
one of the most badasses ever.
Exactly.
And Kira's cool too. She's amazing, but like she's not on Darth Maul's level. So how does she defeat Darth Maul and knock him out of power?
Right.
Like that I would love to know.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Evan, what's your 4?
Number 4 is Gaia from the Halcyon.
No.
Yes. Big shock. But I love Gaia so much, and her story is awesome because she's like kind of coming to the Halcyon to save her planet.
For real. Like,
Yeah.
that was a little deep.
Yeah, I didn't expect that. I
Like, her
expected her just to
people
be
are
a
enslaved
superstar,
and
singing songs and leaving.
The
But,
First
like,
Order, like, mining it for,
Yeah, it got
like, a mineral on their planet. It's crazy.
Yeah, and like she's like kind of taunting Croy with that the whole time, and Croy's like, "Yeah, it doesn't really matter."
Yeah.
and she's
He
like,
didn't care, yeah.
Yeah, but she's like, "No, you're kind of killing my people." Like, big deal here.
Did your Croy, like, kind of fall in love, and I use quotations, with Gaia like ours did?
Yeah, so I didn't in person. I didn't get those vibes.
No?
But the more I watched my videos, yes, and the more videos I've seen of
Yeah.
him and his story, definitely yes.
I got that in person.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Because we caught him in the atrium, and somebody asked him what he thought of Gaia, and he's like, "Oh, wasn't she glorious?"
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, he's got a little bit of an
I had
infatuation
one
with her.
conversation with him about Gaia.
Oh, did you?
And in
Oh.
the moment, I didn't read it as like him kind of being infatuated. But when I see it now in different contexts, I'm like, oh yeah, I can see what he was saying, and like he actually meant it as in like he kind of liked her and what she was doing and stuff. So yeah, the more I think about it, definitely yeah.
Yeah, right.
But I didn't get it in the moment.
There's gonna be a theme for my next 3 before my number 1,
Okay.
because now my number 4, the pilot of the Mantis, my boy
Ooh,
Grease.
dang, yeah, I love him. What is
Gre-
his species? Do you know?
Oh God,
I don't
no,
know.
no, I don't.
Dang, okay.
But Grease is cool. At
Yeah.
first, I didn't think I would like his character when I started playing Fallen Order.
He's that like curmudgeon-y old man.
Yes,
Yep.
but then the further we got, like he's just a fun comedic relief because
Yep.
he's just so he's like if Danny DeVito was a Star Wars character.
yeah, he'd be good to play him.
Oh, he'd be great.
I mean,
to play
the
Grease.
guy that does
Holy
play him would
shit.
be good.
Oh
but
yeah, I
DeVito
wanna
would be
keep it.
good.
DeVito would be if they couldn't get that guy, give me Danny DeVito's voice
Yeah,
to play him. just give me the character from
I just see Phil.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia
or Phil from Hercules, but yeah,
or that. Yeah,
yeah, but I see that totally.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, Grease. I can't wait to see more of him in Survivor. I'm a little nervous
the
about
Mantis
what might happen.
survives.
Yeah, the Mantis looks
Yeah,
fucked
that
up in
shot
that trailer.
just scared me to death.
Ooh, don't like that.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the Razor Crest just explode, so I guess
did.
anything's possible.
And the Mantis is such a cool ass ship too. The way it lands and
It's in my top 10 ships, probably.
That's-
it's there.
it's
I
my
love
number
it.
one, yeah.
Number one, yeah,
Oh,
I can see
duh.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
that was my ship for my character on the Halcyon.
That
My-
class of ship
yeah.
or that? Okay,
Yeah,
that's
it's-
cool.
It's a luxury yacht ship.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could see someone like Dryden Voss having that. It's like when
Yeah,
he
his is
leaves-
just vertical.
When he leaves the main one, maybe that's what he uses to go on other like side quests. But
We need a reality TV show above deck in Star Wars.
yeah, the Real Housewives of Corellia,
Oh my god, the Real Housewives of Coruscant.
of Chandrilla, just any planet like that.
No, you have to do Coruscant with all the senators and stuff.
yes.
To be like the wife of some random senator of
Yeah.
Naboo, or I'm sure they have more than one. They have to have more than
Oh,
one.
they
senator.
definitely do. Yeah. That's
So-
just for Theed.
Yeah,
That city.
Yeah,
just
yeah,
for
yeah.
Theed,
That's right. He gets caught with like a mistress
Yeah.
and like the underbelly.
And then Brea comes in every now and then and just shakes her fingers like, "Now you guys stop doing this," and then just walks away.
Oh, boys will be boys.
With Grease too, like he starts off as that like I said, curmudgeon old man, but he
Yeah.
really does care about Cal.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
he becomes
does,
like
yeah.
family to Cal.
He does, yeah.
He
They all
really
become
cares about
family.
him. Yeah.
All the characters in that game come together very nice because they're all kind of outlaws themselves, right?
Yep.
You know, and their
It's
stories.
a perfect Star Wars story.
It
it's about
very much so.
about like found family and about like a bunch of
Mhm.
band of misfits coming together. That's Star Wars.
Cal's a pretty pure Jedi
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
He could go dark in Survivor though.
I hope so.
I hope so too.
What's
You know
number
I hope
3?
so. Number 3 is Chewie. You got to have Chewie somewhere on the list. I feel like. I don't know if you do or not.
I don't actually.
No.
No.
Well, that's okay because
Yeah,
we didn't do Brad's full 10, but Chewie is Brad's number 1. He
Shocker.
told us ahead of
that's
time.
right. Brad can give us
So-
the rest of his next week real quick and like a lightning
That'd be
round.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Chewie because just like he's George Lucas's dog. That's what he's based on. Like you got to have your dog. Like come on, he's Winston. You know, like if I was making
Aw.
a movie, I'd have a Jackson character in my
Aw.
movie that'd be like by my side at all times.
Winston's gonna be an Ewok for Halloween this year.
I could. Oh, he'd be a great Ewok. What should Jackson be? Ooh.
A loth cat.
Well, he's always that's every day.
Can you-
Like I'm not going as a Star Wars character because I do that every day. So that's the same with Jackson.
Oh, I mean, Jack is in his Halloween costume 365
True,
days a year
he's
because
just
he's a black cat. Yeah.
He's
um,
got some bread showing in him though, man. I love that. Like it's
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
every day
he's-
it gets more like prevalent.
Yeah, he's got a little more tinted. It's
Yeah.
that's that old age on him.
It is.
Yeah, but he's a spry cat for that. Yeah,
Super spry.
Super
But like,
spry for
if
his
I
age.
was making Star Wars or any kind of movie, I'd be like, this is my Jackson character right here. You know, like he did
Ooh.
that with Chewie. This is his.
What would
his
you
dog.
call that character? Like, would you have it the same size as Jack? Make it a little bigger?
A little bigger,
Yeah,
because like Chewie's not dog size. He's
Oh,
bear
no,
sized.
yeah.
like basically.
bear. Like
Yeah,
he's like
Sasquatch size.
Demogorgon size from Stranger Things.
What's the? Taylor's making fun of me when I try to say it. It's like Gumaglorb or Gumaglorb or some creature in Stranger Things. I was trying to read it.
Demogorgon,
No, that's what she thought I was saying too. But it's like it ends with Glorb or Glorbin or
babe. You know what he's talking about? No, I mean, her and I are watching.
I don't know.
We're,
She
we're,
made fun of me hardcore.
we're
and I'm
one
like,
episode away from the Master of Puppets thing, and
I
I've
was
been
like, this is the most
staying away
ridiculous
from.
sounding name I've heard, and I've heard a bunch of Star Wars names.
I think they get all the
So-
names from D&D.
See, I didn't know that was a thing. I know it's a thing in life, but I mean in the show. I didn't know.
By the
D&D
way,
was
season 4 of
part the
Stranger
show.
Things, the best one thus far.
Nice.
It is slaps.
I mean,
Are
it
you?
builds up to
do
a
you watch
movie.
it?
No,
Okay, you
But-
might like it.
I don't know.
It shows you what you missed in the 80s.
Probably a lot of good stuff.
Oh yeah, Courtney and I were talking. If we could go to a decade and live like our 20s and 30s together, it'd be the 80s.
Oh yeah, the 80s
God.
and 90s were the best.
San Francisco in '83, seeing Metallica at the Whiskey Go Go. Oh God, that'd be so good.
Go back to when Epcot was the best ever. Okay, moving on to your number 3.
My number 3. Your number 3 is Chewie, right?
Yeah.
My number 3. Yeah, it is the Night Sister herself, Marin.
Ooh, yeah. good
I told
call.
you there's gonna be a theme for these next
See,
3.
like that's why I didn't. I mean, I should have done Darth Maul because he's a Zabrak, but like, she's almost a human, so that's kind of my justification. She's not a human.
She
though.
is, but she's
I know
got
she's
powers
not.
that humans don't.
Yeah, I know she's not a human.
I mean, she's got more than the
Well,
Force.
Jedi have powers that humans don't.
But,
But
can Jedi raise people from the dead and turn them into zombies? Like she raises her
can.
dead sisters.
Sith
like
kind of can.
Sith. I don't think Sith can pick up like bodies
No.
out of the ground.
No, yeah, they can.
That she can do that.
Yeah.
Did you see that meme I posted in our story? It's like, Star Wars literally has a planet full of Amazon
Goth witches,
like
or
dark
something.
witches,
Yeah.
but they continue
Keep
to go to
going back
Tatooine. Yeah,
As much as I agree, like, okay, yeah, like the Tatooine we
dude,
got
the
has been
Dathomir
great.
series would
but
be fucking cool.
yeah, maybe we'll get hints of it in Acolyte.
I would
and from
love that.
there, they can say, "Oh, people like this. Let's do more."
I would
Like,
absolutely love that.
yeah,
Spe-
I'm hoping Acolyte gets dark and does stuff.
Kind of a
We can-
bridge to with Marin and Book of Boba Fett a little bit here. Remember when was it Boba or was Danny Trejo's character that said Night Sisters would ride Rancors?
I think it was Danny.
I
Trejo's character.
1000% want Marin teaching Cal how to ride a Rancor
Ooh,
in
man.
Survivor. Could
Yeah.
you? How cool would that be to like control a Rancor,
That'd be incredible.
like in a fight?
That
Like
has
you're
to be in
Cal.
the game. That has
I
to
would
be in the
love
game.
for it.
Yeah.
I don't think they just mentioned that on just for a throwaway line. I mean, they could have. This is Star Wars we're talking about.
Yeah. They could have done that just to be like, oh, look, it's another nerdy reference for you to do the point, the old
Oh yeah, the Leo. The
Leo point again. But, like, it could mean something.
Mhm.
Survivor could show us that. But, yeah, give us more
pretty good.
weird stuff like that. That's
Yeah.
another thing in live action that would translate from cartoons that's weird, is Dathomir, the Night Sisters, and the witches.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're really cool characters.
Heck
Marin's definitely my favorite.
Yeah, I mean, freaking, what's her name? Not Savage, but Asajj.
Asajj,
is
yeah.
the Night Sister.
Mhm, she sure is.
Like, come on, give her in give us her in live action, and then you can go on to give us Marin and Mother Talzin.
People think she's gonna be in Ahsoka. I really don't want her to be. I don't,
No, I don't want her
because
to
it's like
be.
I'm not the biggest fan of like they're not dead. Oh, I'm like
That's too much too going in Ahsoka. Ahsoka's gonna have some Thrawn, some Ezra, some Sabine. Like, that's enough. man.
That's enough.
Yeah, throw in Asajj too is like, holy cow.
That's enough.
Ahsoka and Asajj didn't have a whole lot of history together anyway.
Correct.
They have like a few big battles, but like they're not like Maul and Ahsoka.
You need
They're not like that.
if you're gonna get Asajj live action, like you have to do a Dooku series or something.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
It has to be something like that.
Yep.
What's your number 2?
Number 2 is Yoda. You just gotta have Yoda on
Yeah.
there, man.
Can't believe I
'cause
put Yoda on there. but-
anytime you get his theme, I'm just gonna cry. Anytime you get any quotes from him, man, those are just like they apply to
Man,
life.
can we get his lightsaber at Doc's?
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, I
We
would love
definitely
that.
should. And maybe that'll be like the first individual saber that they give in a cool box. What if like his theme, the Force
Yeah.
theme, plays when you open it?
In like a regular size box.
Yeah.
You're talking.
Yeah. It doesn't need to be a huge wooden box.
Could you
that's
imagine if
4
they
foot.
gave the Ahsoka size box for
4
fucking
foot
Yoda's
across
saber?
box for a 6-inch
Big box,
saber.
small stick you have.
Judge me by my size, do you? I mean, he says that. I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
but that would be amazing if you just open the box and his theme plays. I'd
That'd be
pay
really-
$300 for a Yoda theme box. Like
Lord.
that'd be cool.
I mean, we paid $400 for Ahsoka.
Ahsoka has 2 sabers, so like
That's true.
that price isn't too egregious.
And these are my favorite sabers of
Oh,
hers.
man.
God, they're
Yeah.
so good.
They're so I love her
good.
blue and green ones, but these
Oh,
are,
yeah,
these
yeah.
are a different level. These are
I love the
awesome.
blue and green ones because she changes color depending on
Yeah.
what's going on with it. So, but still, they're
These
both
are the best, man.
Yeah. Do we know how she got them? Because
I
she just had
know-
them in Rebels.
I know the crystals are from some Sith. She purified the crystals. So
Okay.
they used to be red blades. So does that mean the hilt was red, or she took the crystal from a different hilt, put them in these hilts? I don't know that story. It might be in the
It
Ahsoka
doesn't.
book.
Yeah, we have the Ahsoka book. I really should look into that.
Yeah, I know Brad read it, but he like speed reads those and knows the plot and details for like 3 days, and then moves on.
I could just do like a crash course on it.
Yeah,
Look
or just
online
like
somewhere.
Wikipedia.
Yeah,
I'm sure
yeah,
it's there. But yeah, I
Wikipedia.
know she purifies the crystals to make them white. I just don't know who
That's
they're
cool.
from.
That's cool.
But yeah, that's what makes them really cool too. Is there's not a white blade,
hmm
but
That series, that's the next one I can't wait for. Thank God we'll have Andor to kind of distract us from that.
yeah, a lot. I mean, I like most of what we got in Episode 9. And I like most of Kylo and Ben, but like a lot of people were like, "What if he did what Ahsoka does, and what if he purified his red blade?" That would have been cool.
Oh,
To,
Ben.
like have that white cross guard
Oh,
coming out.
shit.
That would have been really cool.
Damn, if
I
he
mean-
had white. Oh, that would have been sick.
I mean, I'm glad he got to wield the Skywalker saber, like because
His mom's, yeah.
Yeah, it says. Well, no,
Yeah.
he wields. Does he wield Leia's,
I thought he had Leia's.
or is it reforged? I think it's reforged.
Does he use Anakin's reforged
Yeah.
one? Okay.
And I think that's fitting because
And Rey uses Leia's?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's fitting because Luke like gives her Leia's and lets her use it, and then Ben gets to use his, which
Oh,
in
duh.
The Force Awakens he
Yeah,
says
yeah.
that belongs to me, and on the Halcyon he says, "Don't you forget this lightsaber
Damn
belongs to
right.
me." So
It
it's
does
fitting
belong
that
to
he
him.
uses it, but it would have been cool. He could have used both. Why not
It's
dual
true.
wield?
It does belong to Ben Solo.
It does.
It absolutely does.
Yeah.
I'll say it right with you.
Yeah.
It does. It's in that family, motherfucker.
Side tangent, but yeah, Yoda number 2.
And number 2. You want to guess who my number 2 is? Keep it on theme with my past two.
So I mean, is it Savage in there? He can't be better than Maul. I love him.
No,
but
I
he's
said-
not better than Maul.
My fourth was Grease. My third
Okay.
was Marin.
Okay.
My two
So is it
is
Ninth Sister? Like,
No,
she's not
Jarrett
that
T'Pol.
cool. Okay. Oh, he should be on my list. He's awesome. Yeah.
Jarrett T'Pol is. So it's like, okay, we have another new Jedi. When we got introduced to him, he's
Whatever Zeb's species is.
Sabat. It's a
You're close. Zabat? Zebit?
yeah,
Something like
yeah,
that.
something
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, we got another one of those. Like,
Yeah,
like
because
another Zeb.
Zeb is the only one we see until Rebels shows us like a family, a small
Yeah.
family of them, and,
And then
then we
wasn't
see
there-
another one in Fallen Order finally.
And then
But
wasn't there a live action one in Mando?
I think you're right.
In the Burr episode, he was like in the background,
Yeah.
like working on the planet.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
He looked a little smaller than Zeb.
Yes,
Like
correct.
Zeb is a jacked one, and that was like a normal sized one.
and Jarrett T'Pol was huge.
He's beyond jacked.
monster.
He's like the Rock
Yeah.
of that species.
So yeah, we got so Jarrett T'Pol, right? Cal's master. And,
Yeah.
you know, had Cal's lightsaber first, and
That's something I wanted to ask you about. Is the lightsaber we bought at Doc's actually his? Is it actually Jarrett T'Pol's?
yes,
Okay.
Technically,
So
so-
that's what we should be calling it.
no, the one we have by itself is Cal Kestis's lightsaber.
But if you buy two, it's Jaro's.
yes, because
Okay.
Jarrett T'Pol's lightsaber starts out double bladed.
Yeah.
It's the same thing on both
It's
sides.
the split end that
during
makes it.
during Order 66, like a precise blaster knocks a blaster shot from one of the clone troopers, like breaks it apart. It's just
Okay.
like precise right angle.
Yeah.
And then Cal ends up with the top half of it.
Yeah, and Cal,
clutching it.
Cal loses his personal one,
Yes.
his Padawan one.
Yes, he
in that
drops it
Order
down like the
66.
elevator shaft. Yeah.
And I love it. It's like Jaro's like Padawan, and he goes, "Sorry, Master."
Yeah.
Like that's it.
Yeah, yeah.
I love that. So that
It's kind of a thing with Padawans. Anakin
it is.
lost
Anakin
his.
loses
yeah.
his like 6 times. Yeah. So what if one day we get that version of Cal's?
That
when
would
he
be
drops
that would be super
Padawan
random
Cal.
but fun.
Yeah, I would love a Padawan Cal saber.
I can't even like place it.
I
in my
can't
mind.
describe it
I have
either.
to go back and look.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man. All right, Evan.
Jaro's a great one though, man.
Yeah, Jarrett T'Pol.
I feel
And-
like half of your list, I'm like, yep, should have been mine. Should
no,
have been
no.
mine.
Everyone you're saying, I
But-
think should be on mine too.
Man.
The only crossover we had was Grogu. Technically, I used my honorable mention on your list.
Yeah.
That's crazy. We didn't have more crossover here.
I don't think you already said my number one, but maybe your number one is my number one. I don't know. You said no. I'm starting to think no. My number one is Ahsoka.
So is mine.
Okay, there we go. There's a crossover. Because that's what I was saying at the
Ahsoka
beginning.
Tano.
I felt like it had
I mean,
to be
how,
Ahsoka.
how could she not be my number one?
She's a top 5
She's my
character.
favorite Jedi's Padawan,
Yeah.
and she's super interesting because she's a Tortuga.
Torgruda.
Torgruda. God,
Tortuga is
fuck.
the island in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yes,
So
okay.
that's why I always do it too. I'm like, which one is
Torgruda.
Torgruda, Tortuga?
Torgruda. And she's a really interesting character too, just because the Padawan of Darth Vader, like shit.
Yeah.
Like
And then everyone was like, oh, she has to die because she's not in the originals or anything. It's like, she doesn't have to die.
she doesn't have to die. Yeah.
Yeah.
She
She
doesn't
just
have to
go
be
do
in the
her own
originals.
thing. Yeah.
Now, do you think she's dead because we heard her in Rise of Skywalker?
I think the longer I sit on that, the more I say yes. When Rise first came out, I was like, she doesn't have to be dead. But now I'm like, I feel like everyone on that list was dead, and I think that's what they're hinting at. It's like, those people were all the Jedi, which Rey is now all the Jedi. So, like, that's what I think they're hinting at, is she is dead in Episode 9.
So then she's probably going to meet her demise in the series.
Probably. And I'm hoping it's
Wow.
after. I'm not hoping she dies, but I'm hoping
No,
if she does,
I kinda
it's
want her
after
to.
Episode 8. So, like, if they ever do have the balls to bring her 2x2, they can put her on Batu. But
Wow, I never thought about an Ahsoka meet and greet. You could
I
totally do
love it.
that.
As long as she has to be. I mean, if it's in Launch Bay, whatever. But if it's on Batu, man, she's got to be alive.
You better just set yourself up for this and
Yeah.
and tell Taylor to unplug all the toasters and turn off the water in your house because she's going to show up at Disneyland first.
Well, duh. I know that.
Okay.
I'll be more pissed than Taylor, but
Yeah.
yeah, she definitely will. But our Launch Bay is coming back in.
That we're
8
going
days?
we're
9
going
days?
a week from Sunday. We're
Yeah.
going the day before. I'm going to ask our tour guide if we can get into Launch Bay.
There's not going to be any characters there. You can
I
go
don't
in
care.
now. It's
Oh.
open now. It just
Oh.
closes at 5. So you can go in it now if you want.
So is literally all they're doing is just like adding the characters back
Vader, BB-8,
Oh,
and
okay.
Chewie. That's it.
in? Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. But more on Ahsoka real quick as we get close to wrapping up this show. And again, only 2 people today doing top 10, and we fly through these things. Ahsoka's arc is just super inspiring to a point
Yeah.
for individuals because she could have gone down the same path as Anakin does. She could have
Easily.
followed him easily.
Easily.
He could have coerced her to the dark side. He absolutely could have. But she's stuck to it. She's stubborn.
Inquisitor
She-
Ahsoka. Ooh.
She
That'd be
grew.
cool.
Yeah. she grew into her, and she was, the fans hated her at first. I mean, typical Star Wars, but
Yep.
and there's still a very divisive fan base out there about her. But
I
she
can't
grew.
believe.
Like her Clone Wars version, like you could see Ahsoka turn from the child to Jedi Knight to Master between Clone Wars, Rebels, and now what we've seen of her in the Mandalorian universe.
Oh, easily. Yeah, she's like the elder stateswoman now in Mando.
Pretty much.
Or Boba Fett, whatever. But yeah.
We've gotten some epic
Her
moments.
conversations with Luke.
Oh, God.
Those alone. She was like being a master to Luke almost in
Yeah.
those scenes. Which she really has the right to be. She
Just
could
like
be
your
the
father.
master of Luke.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be cool if she ended up like
that'd be cool
taking
seeing
Luke under her wing for a bit.
if we saw like her training Luke. Whew.
Because I mean, that would mean that Luke was trained by
His-
Obi-Wan
yeah,
Kenobi
Yeah,
and Ahsoka, the
Mhm.
two closest people to Anakin, aside
that's
from
right.
Padme.
By an extension, yeah.
Yeah, like how cool would that be?
Well,
That's
he was
another
trained by
thing.
Yoda too,
Yeah, that's true.
and Yoda had a lot to do with Anakin.
Yeah, he was like
Yoda taught Anakin some stuff.
he did, but he was more on the line of why Anakin fell. Was Yoda? Mace
Yoda was the
Windu,
only one
like-
though that kind of gave him good advice,
Yeah,
but he still fucked up. Yeah.
yeah, big time.
So
Trying to
Ahsoka
think.
number one.
Mace is definitely the one. Back to why you didn't like Mace as much. He's definitely the one that in Phantom Menace is like, no
Yep.
Anakin.
Now we good.
It's not as much Yoda as it is Mace.
I was yesterday years old when I learned that they
How many years is that? I don't know.
I don't know, yeah, 36 in a couple of months. That they used like a stand-in for Samuel L. Jackson in the Phantom Menace when like Palpatine's walking down.
Yep.
I'm like somebody just took a picture and was like, I saw this on Reddit and they were like, "Who's this Jedi?" And everyone's just like, "No, they just got lazy. That's a stand-in for Mace."
Yep. Yeah, I was a couple months ago old when I found that out. So that's new-ish to me too. I totally get that.
That's just funny.
Because when you
Lazy but funny.
Yeah, I never really realized. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess Mace isn't in Phantom Menace, and then I guess he is. It's just not Sam Jackson.
Yeah, he like
Yeah.
isn't. Is
Yeah.
he on? Are there any scenes with like him on the
Wait.
council? Yeah.
Yeah, he is in
Yeah,
Phantom
there are.
Menace.
Yeah,
Duh,
yeah.
I'm stupid. Yeah, why'd I say that? I just meant in that like scene. I guess it's like
Right.
Mace is there, but he's not
He's there, but he's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all celebrating.
because
and shit.
he's even in Qui-Gon's funeral,
That's right.
talking to like Obi-Wan and Yoda
Right,
and stuff.
right.
Yeah,
All right, that was our top 10. Pretty, pretty good.
man. Pretty
Pretty
good.
good. Tell us
Pretty
again
good.
at Jedi Talk Podcast. What top 10s do you want to hear?
What should Jackson be for Halloween?
What
Let me
should
know.
Jackson be for Halloween? Yeah, you should come up with a name for him, like a Star Wars pet name.
Ooh,
Jackson.
Jack Sith.
Jack Sith. Ooh,
Jack Sith? I like that.
I like that.
Yeah.
Jack Sith the cat. That
Jack-
cat is
Jackson
definitely
Red?
a Sith.
Yeah.
That cat's a Sith.
Yeah.
Such an asshole.
Yeah, but he also has strong emotional connections.
Yes, he
which
does, yeah.
Sith have.
That's very
Jedi
true.
can't have that.
Very true. He gives
Yeah.
headbutts like the Sith do.
That too.
Thanks for joining us. Follow us at Jedi Talk Podcast. Our next top 10 that I think we're going to do, and Brad's really excited for this one, but I'm just going to call it now. Coming up on next top 10 is our top 10 HasLab projects that we would love to see.
This one's gonna be a struggle for me because
Okay.
I don't care about that stuff as much as you guys. I'll come up with stuff.
Yeah, you just be
That's
creative
almost
with it.
like what's cool to have. Like,
You-
what would you
yeah.
like to own? I guess.
Yeah, you're on the
Yeah.
bottom. I'm in the middle with that, and Brad's like way above in space somewhere.
I can only
flying
name like
with,
3
Richard
HasLabs.
Branson. Yeah.
So with his helicopter, Inquisitor Saber.
Yeah. That's not going to get any backers, by the way.
Nope.
It's like 4 days left or something.
That's not happening.
Wild. Yeah, let us know what you want to see at top 10s. We're going to come up with some interesting ones, some fun ones. But thanks for joining, everybody. You've been great. We've been Jedi Talk. Thanks for joining again, and may the Force be with you.
Always in good journey.
Rise, Jedi Knight!